Happy Halloween. It is currently the 31st of October and I've taken a drive out to Buxton. The weather is misty, wet, and I've forgotten my gloves, so my fingers are already getting cold. Last time I went to Bakewell, and I always feel like Bakewell and Buxton are almost like two sisters, so I thought it was quite apt that I would come to Buxton to continue our quest in the search for autumnal vibes. So I am actually going to change the plan a little bit for today. I was going to go walk around and try and do some drawing outside in my sketchbook, but it's so drizzly and so cold that I think I need to warm myself up first. So what I'm thinking of doing is just nipping into a few shops first to get the sweets for the trick-or-treaters, and then I think I'm going to go find somewhere quiet to sit down and have a coffee and do a bit of work. I've actually been working on a logo for someone that Liam works with. It's not something that I've really done before, but it's been quite a good experience, I think. Just like doing graphic design, but also doing work for a client. But yeah, so it's been really fun, but I do need to finish that off. Hopefully I can finish that off this morning early, and then I can kind of move on and do some drawing for me. I think leaves are going to be the theme for today. Leaves or trees, I'm not quite sure. Maybe trees. Based on how perpetual the misty weather has been, I kind of feel like it's still going to be misty up until about lunchtime, so I do have quite a bit of time left still to kind of go out and get some misty reference photos. So let's see how it goes. I ended up going to a place called the Green Pavilion, and I had a chai latte and it was very nice. Actually, I had a dirty chai, which is a chai latte with a shot of coffee in, which is very, very nice. I managed to finish the logo off as well, so I've sent that off for approval, which is very good, very productive. And I also got a basket full of sweets. And my parents had a really good idea this year. What they've done is they've sectioned out the sweets into little grab bags. So I thought I would steal their idea and do the same. But I also bought some stickers this year because normally I just buy sweets, but I thought it'd be fun to do a little grab bag with stickers as well as sweets in. Hopefully it's not going to take too long. It shouldn't do. I have 50 envelopes, so that should be plenty. Now that I'm thinking about it though, I feel like this is going to become an absolute state very, very quickly because obviously there's not a lot of room in the front of the car to do this. But I have decided in my infinite wisdom that doing this in the front of the car is the best place to do it. So, yeah. Alright, I've made a good start, but cutting up the stickers is taking an absolute age, so I'm going to do that when I get home because otherwise I'm going to be sat here for an hour and a half in my car cutting up stickers. So, I've done the sweets, they're all sectioned out into little envelopes, but for now I'm going to leave it because I have other stuff that I want to do today. It's been really fun organising these little packages. It kind of makes me think of what it might be like in the future if ever I do any kind of sticker selling or print selling, and what it would feel like to organise the orders to go out each month, which is something that I'd love to do eventually, but it's also just making me think of how much I love Halloween and used to love it as a kid. I don't have a Halloween costume this year, which I'm a little bit sad about, to be honest. I didn't really get a chance to organise anything, and I don't have anywhere to go on Halloween, so it seems a little bit pointless, I guess. When I was younger, I used to have this auntie who would hand make costumes for me because she was always throwing fancy dress parties, which I used to love. And something that I would really like to do, maybe next year, is to plan out a proper Halloween costume and to sew it from scratch. I think that would be really fun to do, to make a personalized costume with loads of detail on. But I'm starting to fog up my car now, so I think it's time for me to leave before I run out of oxygen. So I'm in the Pavilion Gardens at the moment, which is a really nice free public park in Buxton. There's loads of trees around, which is really nice, and a lot of the trees have turned, as you can see. A lot of the leaves have dropped off as well, so there's a lot of different trees in a lot of different states of autumn, which is quite nice. So it's been really enjoyable to see, I don't know, just the full spectrum of colour that autumn has. I tried to dress appropriately. I have my new favourite skirt on, which is this lovely rust colour. And I also have my absolutely favourite witch's boots, which are so cute. They are leather, they just feel really good quality. I think when I looked at the label, it said that they were like handmade in Florence, so I feel very, very sophisticated and posh wearing these boots. I realised that I don't actually know a lot about British trees. Like, I love autumn and I love the trees changing, and I could probably identify like an oak and a silver birch and a willow, but I feel like there are so many more British trees, and I don't know them. So I've actually brought a book out with me today called Our British Trees. Where is it? And it's got loads of descriptions and pictures about different British trees. And what I thought would be really fun would be to go around the park with this book in hand and try to identify some British trees based on the leaves that have fallen off, which I think sounds fun. The only problem with this plan is that I'm pretty sure that this park has a mixture of native and exotic trees, so it may be slightly difficult to find the British trees amongst the total trees, but we'll see anyway. But it should be fun. I'm going to take a couple of photos of leaves while I'm about as well, and then I'm going to sit in this pavilion cafe, a different pavilion cafe. It's very confusing. I'm going to sit in this pavilion afterwards and do a bit of sketchbook drawing. So that's the plan, but it is getting on a little bit now, so I need to start getting a little bit of a spring in my step. Let's go find some leaves.